You're getting there.
Doesn't warn me about the live streaming. Wait, I gotta get Facebook up. Facebook.
All right, here we go. Playing this in.
Where's my Facebook? Make it plays in.
Welcome to Earl and the Idiot, the show that gives you the answers you need to take your business to the next level. With Earl Flormata, one of Vancouver's most sought after business and marketing consultants, author of Business Engine Optimization, consultant to over 60 successful businesses, an all around evil marketing genius with a combined total of more than $70 million worth of sales to his credit. And some idiot. Okay, so here we go.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna redo the intro, but I think I just added like 5 million to my number. So, um,
what?
well, because
Oh,
we
right.
I was saying we closed a rather large-ish account for merchant processing. So, yeah, so I think that's worth about 5 million, something like that. So I haven't
Yeah,
edited that number in a long ass time. So,
yeah. That was the number you gave me like 2 years ago,
oh, that's true.
and
Yeah.
we
So.
definitely haven't re-recorded it since then. We'll have to do like a record scratch or like a maybe make some flash on the screen that says actually blah now.
Right. Or just like Homer Simpson style, just re-record over top of that one part and say, where it says
Yeah,
70 million, just go 75.
80 million.
Yeah, that'd be great. So,
With over 80
um,
million dollars worth of sales to his credit.
right. So, and then just keep changing that every single time. As we do these joint ventures, it's pretty funny since we started this new business. That number is just going to go up, right, by a lot
Right.
because it's kind of a cheat function, right? Because when you do merchant processing, it's based on the entire volume of a company. So if they were doing, $5 million in sales, you just added $5 million of sales, right? So because technically that's what you did. You don't get to keep all of it because the margins on that are teensy, but
Yeah.
yeah, it still sounds cool. It's like the McDonald's sign, billions and billions served, right?
Right. Remember when they used to put numbers on that?
Yeah,
Kids
I
today probably
remember
don't
that, and the
realize
numbers
this.
used to keep going up every week or whatever, and it's just like, huh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember it hit 99 billion, and we're like, what are they going to do next? And then they just changed it to billions and billions served.
Yeah,
Do they
yeah.
still? I mean, I haven't even checked. Do they still say that on the sign? I don't like. You don't process a McDonald's sign when I drive by it anymore.
I don't know. It's just become part of our mental background now at this point, right? So it's just
Right. You just see the golden arches. You're like, oh, there you go.
yep. French
I
fries.
gotta, I gotta check next time I drive past McDonald's. I can see if their signs still say that.
So nowadays, when I think of French fries, though, I think of Costco because their damn batter is so good.
I do their poutine. Never really
Yeah.
thought
Their
about getting
food.
just French
There's
fries
something
from them.
something about the Costco French fry batter just is just like I swear to God, they mix drugs into it, so that's why it tastes so good. You're
Hmm.
like, yeah,
I was hosting an event in Japan,
yeah.
and Japan had like, and so I needed the food for the event, and it turned out they just opened up a Costco there, and that was an interesting experience. The cashiers, all the cashiers were wearing like American outfits. They all had plaid shirts and jeans on,
Okay.
so they wore like an American costume to be the cashiers. And I wanted to ask, so I went to the office to ask about like catering this event or like food for this event. And it turns out there was a guy they brought in to like set up the new Costco, and he was like the
Yeah.
food manager or whatever, and he was Canadian.
Oh, nice.
So he's like a fellow Canadian, thank God. And so he toured me through the place and showed me all the food. Like he took me to the croissant. He took me to the croissant
Yeah.
display and just busted one open and like, here, have one of these, and just started handing them out.
Here, fellow Canadian, let me feed you.
Yeah,
So that's awesome.
and but he went over everything. Like he explained where they got their flour from and like
Holy
told
crap.
me all the research. And it turns out like you sort of think, oh, Costco is like the Timu version of other foods, but no, because they're going to do only one. They're not going to offer you seven croissants. There's only one croissant you can get.
Right.
They make sure it's the best possible croissant.
That's cool.
They actually put a
I,
ton of
I love
thought
how you
and
said
effort.
it's the Timu of whatever. That's funny.
Yeah,
Uh,
but it's what I mean. Like, and so they actually make sure their stuff is quality. It's actually a source of good quality ingredients. That's probably why the fries are so good.
every time we've ordered a platter from Costco, it's been solid and hell, you were at that event when we did the picnic in the park thing,
Yeah,
networking,
yeah,
and that was all Costco food, right? So
yeah.
yeah.
You ever get one of their shrimp rings?
Yes.
Those are amazing.
Oh
They're
yeah,
like that freaking gigantic, and the sauce is super good.
absolutely.
I
But
think we can score. I think we can score a sponsorship from Costco.
yeah, that'd be awesome. Win a
We'll do the
shrimp
show
ring.
for we'll do the show for hot dogs.
Win a
Not
shrimp
to
ring or like 11 billion hot dogs. Either way, same
yeah,
difference.
not not to go off on another tangent for another tangent, but I had this minor panic attack just now because I
Okay.
thought I saw someone walking by in a hazmat suit with a mask on,
Where the heck
but it
are
was
you?
actually oh, I'm in Vancouver. Can you hear the
Okay.
beeping? Um, but it was actually it's in the back alley, and so someone is going through the dumpsters,
Okay.
and they were just wearing a blue rain slicker two-piece rain slicker thing, and they were wearing
Uh,
a surgical mask, and I was like, "What's going on out
so
there?"
it just looks like a Timu hazmat suit. So,
Team hazmat. Oh my gosh, we are so
uh,
off the rails right now. So
yeah.
welcome to Earl and the Idiot. The show is explained in the intro, but if you're just tuning in, we are here to give you useful business information for your business to do business with.
Well, we try to. We
We
feed it
try.
to AI and then we pray to God because we don't read it first. And then
Yeah.
we see. So it's been good the last couple episodes, but every
Mhm.
once in a while, AI still hallucinates. So I'm dreading the episode where like every single show note is like terrible, right?
Yeah. I don't know. AI ebbs and flows. People complain about AI, but then they fix it right away. But you know what it's doing to me right now, which it made me so angry.
What's that?
I was trying to solve a problem with a website, and I was like, how do I do this? And they're like, well, there's this way, and then you can do this way, and all these steps. But then it's
Hmm.
like, do you want me to show you a way that you can do it even faster? I'm like, just show me that way. Yes, obviously I
Right.
want the even faster one. Like, it's such a weird, like, because it's on this, it's really big on this teasing you for the next prompt kick.
Right.
Do you want me?
I
You're right.
noticed that as well.
Yeah,
So yeah.
it's like it's going so hardcore on that it's like it's either hallucinating that there's a better answer, maybe there isn't a better answer, it's just
Yeah.
making it up. It's just pretending there's one. Or it's like holding back, it's giving me an okay answer and holding back the better one to make me do a second prompt. And it's like, just no, don't do
Just
that. Just
give me the
give
good
me the
one.
best
Yeah,
possible
just give me the
answer.
good one. Yeah. So,
That made me
anywho.
angry. So hopefully it's not going to do that. It's like
How's it
any
doing for the background today? Are we gonna have a fancy AI background today, or are we gonna?
no, I couldn't think of one, and I'll explain that in a second. But
All right.
can you imagine if the ends of our show notes, it's like, now do you want me to make you some really good show notes?
Yeah.
No,
You know
just
what?
make a
I
good show
wouldn't
note.
even notice. I would like just blindly copy
Yeah.
paste it and throw it in there, and it's just gonna be there, right? So,
So yeah, so we go over business subjects, things related to improving your business, and we plug it in. Earl offers me some options, and I pick one of them, and then we plug it into ChatGPT, and it spits out our show notes, and then we just sort of criticize or compliment the AI and offer some color commentary. Basically, we're just like sportscasters watching a football game happen, and we're commenting on it.
pretty much.
Yeah. Just a reminder, if you are watching us on Facebook, I do actually check the comments. So if you comment, we'll try to read them out on the show. Enjoy it now while they're free. When we're big and famous, we'll be charging
Super chat.
for the super chats, but
Yeah.
not so far. Um, Now I chose so this week's subject that we chose was building business assets to fund your own business. Brackets getting clients to pay for your utility through sharing. Now, I could not come up with, usually I come up with an appropriate background or I make one in AI. Today I couldn't because I don't totally understand what this means. All I could
All
think
right.
of doing was just a big pile of money. And I thought that wasn't a very
Well,
interesting
you
background.
could have a bunch of robots building, stacks of money. That's fine.
Well, yeah, that's literally what I thought of. I thought of having a robot built, but then I was like, it's not even an AI prompt. It's not saying how to do it with AI. So why would I have robots building it?
Oh
Should
well,
have some guy.
it's actually robots and virtual assistants building it. So, you know,
Okay.
just
So let's read through the intro and then we'll get into it.
all right.
Another episode. Today's topic is building business assets to fund your own business, brackets getting clients to pay for your utility through sharing. Excuse me. So the example was someone started a VA company as a service to other clients and took the earnings to pay his own VA. Give me three things to do, two things to avoid, one red hot tip to using this strategy for small business?
So
Okay.
this was actually inspired by a call yesterday.
Okay.
So a guy hit me up on LinkedIn and said, "Look, you run a VA business. Can you teach me how to run a VA business?" I'm like, "Sure." Right? He's like, "Wait, you're not going to be worried that we're competitors?" I'm like, "There's so much business in the world. I don't care." Right? And
Mm-hmm.
then it's almost like a light bulb hit him in the face. He's like, "Wait, if I sell enough VAs, my VA is free." And I'm like, "Oh, good job." Right? So
Mm-hmm.
and then that's where this ideation came from. It just struck him so hard, like he got like struck by lightning. He's like, it's just like, "Wait, my VA is free." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's how it works." Right? Uh and he was just so astounded by that. He was like, flabbergasted for a whole, 10 minutes. So, uh,
Okay. So we're
and
building
this
up.
is like a knee-jerk reaction for me because I'm Asian, so I'm cheap as hell, right? So I see something, I'm like, wait, can I can I get other people to pay for this while mine's free? Yeah, yeah, watch this. So yeah, and
uh,
that's my knee-jerk reaction to almost everything. So for him to be like, I see the light. It's like, man, welcome to the game.
all right. So let's get into it. Let's dive right into it. So the ChatGPT says, "All right, this one is very evil marketing genius core. You're basically turning your expenses into revenue streams." That's very yeah. That just that statement of it is very Earl coded, as the kids say. Let's roll. Earl and the Idiot Show style. Three things to do. One, build the asset around. What? Why is it weird? There's a page. There's a
Oh
line
yeah,
break there.
there's weird spacing this time. So
Yeah, it's like build the asset, no period, line break, next line, around your own pain first, but it's all capitalized. Oh, that's the title of it. I don't
yeah,
know. Okay, let's try this again.
there you go.
ChatGPT is already proving it's stumbling a bit here. Build the asset around your own pain first. Don't start a business, start a solution to your own problem. Need a VA? Build a VA service. Need content? Build a content agency. Need leads? Build a lead gen machine. You guarantee product market fit because you're literally the first client. Earl translation.
Hmm.
Translate this into Earl for me. If you're already paying for it, you're halfway to selling it.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, that's true, right? Like the necessity and laziness is the mother of invention, as they say, right? So, um, and I couldn't agree more with these three things because I literally did these three things, which is kind of eerie.
Mm.
So, like I said, we don't read these things first. So, need a VA, build a VA service. Many moons ago, for my birthday, I hired a VA because I've always wanted one. I'm like, hey, I should probably hire an assistant that helps me do all this stuff. And so, the funny thing is I got the assistant and the assistant did so well. People were watching me because so I was at the office and they're like, Earl, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm working. Like, you're not working, you're standing around the coffee machine. I'm like, go look at my machine. And they look at my machine and my mouse is moving, right? The spreadsheet's updating, and they're like, how are you doing this? What sorcery is this? And I'm like, oh, my virtual assistant is updating the spreadsheet right now. And they're like, wait, what? And then, they heard about it and they're like, wait, can I get a virtual assistant? I'm like, sure, you want one? I did not have the facilities to find another one. I just made the offer. And they're like, yeah.
Right.
And then, oh, how much is one? And what I did was I stated my price, like my cost for my virtual assistant
Mm.
times two.
Plus, yeah, times two.
Times
Okay.
two. So they paid for my VA and their VA, and they were happy as hell because they're like, "Oh, look, my spreadsheets move without me moving there either." So they were happy. I was happy, and my stuff was free. So there is such a thing as a free lunch if you do it right. So
I think there was just a real cute, small little insight into both of our mindsets there. When thinking of when thinking of profit, I immediately went plus, and you went times.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that
Okay.
was literally it. So I like that Earl translation. If you're already paying for it, you're halfway to selling it. Well, it's because if you're paying for it, you understand what the need is, and if you're the first
Mhm.
client, it's easier to convince people because you've experienced it firsthand, right? And one of the
Yeah.
biggest problems of like selling stuff is explaining someone's problem to them better than they can explain it to you. And because I'm living it, right? Like I need this thing. There's a bunch of stuff. I wasn't getting my total day's work done because I was in a department of one at this time,
Mhm.
right? And I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm gonna pull all this stuff off. So I hired a VA, and all of a sudden, all the stuff got pulled off, and I had free time. I could sit by the coffee machine and whatever, right? And so yeah, and then other people started seeing it. They're like, "Hey, we want one." And I'm like, "Excellent," because it was coming out of my pocket. Now it's coming out of your pocket. So yeah.
I wish I could do this with physical objects. Like
Oh
manufacturing is
yeah.
so much more
That's the
diff.
one thing. That's the one thing it doesn't do. Like if the dishes need to be washed and they're like physical there, it's like then yeah, it's not going to
But
work.
I'm constantly thinking of like physical objects that would make life better. And then like, oh, if there was only a thing with like a handle on it, you could pull this up, blah blah blah. It's like manufacturing something is a much
So,
bigger.
so you're saying when I'm rich and powerful, I should buy you a big ass 3D printer so you can make these things.
Yes, exactly.
Ex-
Do you remember the mitt and boot dryer?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You put it over your heating vent in your house and you put your boots on it. I invented that. I built one out of wood before they did. So that's
Uh,
technically my invention.
I don't know
There's
if wood's such a good idea on something that's a heater because what if it catches a blaze, right?
It's not hot enough.
Ah,
I mean, plastic's better, obviously, but I couldn't make it out of plastic. I didn't have a forming machine in my house, and 3D printers hadn't been invented yet.
right, right. Duly
Okay,
noted. When we're rich and powerful from this next project,
yeah,
I will make your first sales reward a 3D printer.
yes, I really want a 3D printer. So many good ideas. Like, even just a second ago, I'm at a I'm at a different desk than I'm usually at, so I
Mhm.
can't raise it up. So if I
Right,
actually sit up properly, I'm not even in frame, and everyone
right.
gets to see how much extra chin I've got. So I'm kind of hunched over right now. But so even here sitting here, I was like, I need a thing like just a piece of plastic that sits on top of my monitor, like
That
put
raises it
the
that much more. Yeah.
yeah, right, like even just that. Okay, any other examples of this of finding you have a need, so you build a business to fill it. You hear about business owners doing this all the time, like, oh, I really wanted a blah, no one would give it to me, so I built a whole business for it.
Yeah, yeah. Another one was hosting services, right?
Mm,
So way
yeah.
back in the day when I did build websites, when I did build all that stuff, I was a server tech, right? So I'm like, okay,
Mm,
well, if I need this hosting stuff, someone else will need this hosting stuff. So I bought, a bigger server with a bigger hard drive that could hold more than I was actually intending to host for myself.
mm,
And another friend's like, hey, I heard you were building a server. Got an extra room for me? I'm like, sure, sure. And it was so cheap that I quoted them again, my price and their price, and their project paid for my server. So I'm like, sweet, you know. So they
mm.
were happy because they got it at less than whatever the market rate was. So they got savings, and I got all my crap paid for. So I'm like, cool, right? And then after that, it's like, wait, if I could do this once, I could do this again. So we bought a bigger hard drive and we did it again. We sold the whole thing to another guy. It's like because the 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 weight of the websites that we were building weren't like super heavy lifting, crazy back end stuff. So it's not like it's this, insane piece of work. It's got to show up some information. So it didn't take that much CPU muscle to make these things go. So it was just hard drive space, and that's cheap. So it's like, all right, well, let's make this happen.
Nice. All right, number two thing you should do when building business assets to pay for how many sum this up? Building business assets to fund your own business. Overbuild slightly, brackets, then sell the extra capacity. Most people build just enough for themselves. Wrong move. Hire two VAs when you need one. Build systems that can handle 10 clients instead of one. Create SOPs from day one. That's you all the way. Then go, hey, anyone else want this? That extra capacity equals your first profit engine.
I like that create SOPs from day one because the how it works is this. The first time you do something, you've got to kind of do it yourself, right? Because you're
Mm,
experiencing it for the first time. You don't know what the hell you're doing. It's all exploratory. Let's see what happens kind of thing. But if you're building an
Mm.
SOP as you go, you learn from your mistakes faster because every time you make a mistake, you're forced to write it down and acknowledge and embrace the mistake, right? So it's just like,
Mhm.
oh, so even I don't do this. I don't make SOPs from day one. I'm just exploring, seeing what happens. But this is a good idea. Like if you build an SOP from day one, you're forced to look at the structure and because I do it from day two, right? So usually, yeah, usually I wing it at first so I can go as fast as I can. But and then as we structure it, because the punishment is if I don't build an SOP, then the second, third, fourth time I have to do it again, right?
Right.
And my ADHD does not let me do that. It's like the moment I have to do something more than once, it's the exact same task, something just itches in my brain and goes, "Why the hell are you doing this again?" Right? It's
Yeah,
like,
you already figured this out.
yeah, yeah. If you've solved the puzzle already, build a how-to doc and get someone else to do it, right? And then go solve the next puzzle, right? Because that's what you're good at. I'm like, well, all right, because I get bored, right?
Yeah.
This is also why I don't drive very often because driving is on autopilot. And whenever my brain goes on autopilot, sometimes I fall asleep. So
Mm.
one time I was driving to, I don't know, like Abbotsford or something, and I totally fell asleep on the highway. I'm like, oh God, right? And because,
Did you
your
fall
brain
asleep
just
or just zone out?
no, like I fell asleep,
Oh
right?
my God.
And then the car starts wobbling. Someone beeps next to me. I'm like, oh shit, I fell asleep.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh man, I gotta keep my mind awake. So I turn on the radio, start listening to a podcast. Just I have to be engaged. Otherwise, my brain goes, okay, cool, you don't need me. I'm gonna go on sleepy time. So
That's a good way to say it. Yeah.
it's irritating though. It's like I can't just like a lot of guys like fishing. I can't. Like
Mm.
can't go fishing. Why? Because it's the
I
same routine task over and over. So I'd make a terrible hunter, right? Because you have to sit there in the
yeah,
bushes and wait for the thing to come out.
right.
I can't.
I that's funny. You say my mind. I don't go to sleep if I'm driving, but if I'm driving and it's like really boring, like long,
Yeah.
boring highway, I have to be listening to like a podcast because if there's no entertainment, my brain starts making its own entertainment. It starts just sort of thinking and going off on tangents and
Oh
working
no.
out things, and it's like, oh, I'm not actually focusing right now.
At least yours doesn't like yours doesn't enter sleep mode, right?
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
not
That's
not enough entertainment. Time to go to bed.
Earl needs someone to jiggle his mouse.
Yeah.
um, okay, so create SOPs from day one. That's what we're talking about. I think we're
Yeah.
off we're
I
off
like that.
track here. Let me
I like that.
yeah. Um, so overbuilding. We're supposed to be talking about overbuilding here, your
Yeah, yeah. So
capacity.
just like I said before, right? Like I bought too much server for me,
Hmm.
found a buddy, and then they wanted it, and because I had already figured it out, and I'm the tech guy, and I put it all together myself, it was cheaper than hiring, a big professional firm to do it, right? So, but I work for a big professional firm at the time, right? So it's the same, right? So either you hire the big professional enterprise firm to build this for you, or you hire the guy who works at the big professional enterprise firm to build this for you, and get it
Hmm.
for way cheaper than you would have paid for the other guys. So overbuilding it, because it doesn't take that much more to overbuild something just to have a little bit of extra capacity, right? So
Hmm.
where it says hire two VAs when you need one, well, because you built a how-to document and the VAs know what to do, right? Once you show it to someone, they're like, "Oh, that's amazing, dude! Can you hire a VA for me?" "Oh yeah, sure, no problem. We got some extra cycles in the team. Would you like some?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." They already know what they're doing. They already know how to use the tools. They already know how to do all this stuff. So pay me for the tools, which pays for my tools. Pay us for the VAs, but I'll quote them, because they're so cheap that they don't realize how cheap they are, right? So even
Hmm.
if I quote them double, they're still what a steal, right? Because it's still
Hmm.
it's still way cheaper than hiring someone from North America to do the exact same job. So yeah, overbuild is grade A, love it.
Okay, let's carry on. Number three, thing to do when building a business asset to pay for your business. Oh, all right. Productize it fast. Productize.
Yeah.
If you keep it custom, you're stuck in service hell. Turn it into packages, clear pricing, defined deliverables. Example, we do VA stuff is an X. Let's don't
Right.
do that. Check example, inbox plus calendar plus follow-ups for $9.97 a month. Now it scales and now it funds your own usage.
100%. Like something that let me just give an example of something that's not super scalable, right? Something where
Mm-hmm.
it requires someone to have an inordinate amount of knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I wanted to buy and scale businesses, the last thing that I would want is a skilled business. So,
Right.
and so let me like frame that. Like if I wanted to get a chiropractor, do you have an idea how much school chiropractors have to go through, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
and if my chiropractor wants to retire, quit to do their own thing, to replace them is an unholy nightmare because I have to find someone with equivalent or better schooling and education and experience. And that's really rough, right? Whereas if I ran an automated car wash, right? Like how much brain power needs to go into one of those things? Push the big green button, put your credit card in, go, drive your car through. Nothing, right? Like and if it
Right.
breaks down, you hire a mechanic and the mechanic tech fixes the thing and then you keep washing cars, right? So I can make 100 car wash stations and not break a sweat. To get to like three dental offices, good luck, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's rough. So when it says productize it fast, I can't stress that enough because I tried doing the custom thing for everybody because I'm like, oh yeah, we'll just build a custom. Because the problem with the custom thing is you can't really build an SOP around it because it's custom, right?
Right.
So since there's no SOP, the punishment is you get to do it 100,000 times. So and then I fall asleep, and then the thing catches on
Mm-hmm.
fire, and then everything dies. So yeah, productizing it is super important to make it also like a standard, right? So you hit a certain standard of excellence and service and whatever. Because if you're, rebuilding it every single time, you never get good at anything because it's always different, right?
Say it again.
If you're rebuilding it every single time, you never get good at it. Right? You
Right.
you get you get good at thinking on your feet, you get good at making stuff up on the fly, you get good at other skill sets, but you never reach that level of mastery of that thing, right? And you
Right.
to and to do that, you need repetition. So let me give you a martial arts example of this. So I used to teach martial arts for a living, right? And to get good at anything, you have to do it 10,000 times, right? I mean
Mm-hmm.
that just gets you proficient, right? And so something boring that everybody needs is a really good lead punch, front punch, right? Like because that's like the basis staple of every, boxing martial arts technique, right? So well, you got to do 10,000 front punches. And you're not just gonna stand in front of the class and goes, okay, guys, 10,000 punches. Ready? One, two, three.
Mm-hmm.
To 10,000, that doesn't work, right? No one wants to do the 10,000 punches, but you have to get good. So the way we do it is we disguise the repetition, right? And so we were essentially we're productizing it, right? So like, okay, we'll do 20 punches just standing. Okay, cool. Now we'll do 20 punches while shadowboxing. Okay, cool. Now we'll do 20 punches while moving forward. Now 20 punches while moving backward. Now we'll do 20 punches at each other, right? And so you're doing this over and over and over again. By the time the class is over, they've done 10,000 punches, right? So everyone's pretty good at it now. But they didn't realize they did 10,000. You fooled them into doing 10,000 punches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Over time. So and that's what, productizing it makes a structure where people, like the people inside even don't realize that you're holding them to a certain standard. It's just like here, it's a nice thing. It fits into these frames and timing and frameworks, and you're not rebuilding it from zero every single time.
Nice. Shout out to Dowell de los Reyes has liked the show today.
Hello, Dal.
Got our thumbs up. Yo. All right. Moving on to the things to avoid when building business assets to fund your business. Don't build it only for yourself. That's the trap. If it only works for you, it's too customized, it's not sellable, it becomes a cost center again.
Yeah.
Always ask, would a stranger pay for this without knowing me? Cost center? Does it just mean something that costs you money?
Yeah, yeah. So a cost center. Way back in the day, I used to be in tech support, and I thought like an employee. Like, I'm really good tech. I understand all this stuff. I understand all these things. They should pay me more, right?
Mm,
And as an employee thinking that way, um, the raises weren't that great back then, right? Because they can't give you that much of a raise without destroying their margins, without, making a bigger cost center, right? I
mm,
didn't understand then that if I give more value and produce more, then they make more money. So, and if they can do that, they can afford to pay me more, right? So, as an employee, it's like me. As a business owner, it's like, no, no. If you increase the value that you bring to the table, I am happy to give you some, right? So that's a big difference. So, and going back to the thing, don't build it only for yourself. If you build it only for you guys and it's so custom, it only fits your mold, then it's really hard to sell into the market. So looking at it where you build an infrastructure where there's like a baseline, right? And then
mm.
you do the adjustments to custom fit it after the fact, that's fine, right? But if you build it just custom all the way through, well, it's going to be harder to the process to build it from scratch all the way up again is a pain in the ass. Whereas if you build it, there's a foundational layer of, look, there's these honest to goodness truths that every business will need when they do this thing, right? So let's say we're building a CRM, right? Well, what do you need in a CRM? Well, we need contacts in a CRM. I don't care what CRM you use, it's going to have contacts in it, right? What do we need for the contact? First name, last name, phone number, email. Well, you need that for freaking everything. So when you build it, those are those building blocks where everybody needs the same thing. So it makes sense. So yeah, don't build it only for
Brilliant.
yourself. Like, don't build all custom fields. Like, first name is first name. I don't care what you do, right?
Yeah. Okay. Two, don't underprice because it's just covering my cost. This kills the model. You think if it pays for me my VA, I'm happy. Nope. You still need margin, you still need growth, you still need buffer. That's where that plus versus times comes
I
in.
was just about to say that.
Yeah. Uh, Price it like a real business, not a side hustle subsidy.
That's a good that's
Mhm.
a that's a good line. Price of
Yeah.
the real business. Because if you don't price it like a real business and it's just that side hustle subsidy, um, you won't make enough from it. And if you don't make enough from it, this is a throwback to one of our lost episodes. So one of our
Hmm.
lost episodes,
Hmm.
um, we talked about our mutual, disdain for multi-level marketing practices,
Yes. Oh, yeah.
right? So the reason why most multi-level marketing practices fail, um, isn't because of a lot of the pieces of the puzzle that everyone thinks that makes it fail. It's just math, right? So because their margins are so small for the vast majority of multi-level marketing practices, since their margins are small, there's not much room for screw up, right? They can't screw up and they have to do so much volume to be able to get anywhere, right? Whereas if it was your own business and you sourced it and you figured it out and you built it out, you've got a way bigger margin, right? So it, the tiny margins that they make on MLM stuff is the reason why a lot of them fail. A lot of them could be really good business people. They could be really good salespeople. They could be really good whatever. And had they been running their own stuff, right, with like a 50%, 100%, 300% margin. So, just you use the spaghetti example I always use. Like, how much is a box of spaghetti? Like at the store, like $2, a buck, right?
Yeah.
And how many plates of spaghetti
Closer
do
to
you?
$4 these days, but
So, well, I just bought one on sale from Safeway for $2, right? Some fettuccine for it was $2. I'm like, sweet. And
nice.
that fettuccine feeds like, I don't know, 6 people because there's a lot of freaking fettuccine in that box. I'm like, all right. So
Hmm.
this is me eating. I'm Filipino. I eat the whole damn world and then some. So that can feed us like 4 to 6 times, right? For $2, right? So because it's the margin on that is crazy. Like think about how much if I had to buy a plate of spaghetti at a restaurant, which I just did. So I got some pasta at a restaurant. It was like $20. Like, what's the margin from $2 to $20? That's crazy, right? So
Mhm.
yeah, so if you don't have the margin, you will not survive. And everyone's like, why do you have to mark stuff up so much? Otherwise you die, right? Otherwise you
Mhm.
die. So what most people don't realize is like at the retail level, they're marking it up sometimes, 100, 200%, right? And they're like, wait, if it only cost me $5 for this thing, why can't I sell it for $7? Because you won't make rent, right? You won't make payroll, right? So that $5 thing you're selling for $10, $20, you have to sell it for that much. Otherwise, other people, your employees don't get paid, right? So it's not just
There you
making
go.
money on the thing, it's making money on the ecosystem around the thing, right? Just because you're selling like a bar of soap doesn't mean you have to pay, you don't have to pay for rent for the building you sell the bar of soap from, right? So
Right.
you still got to pay for the rent. Like the bowl of noodles might only cost you $2, but my God, right? Like the rent costs, 4,000. So it's like, well, how many bowls of noodles do we have to sell to make this thing work? A lot.
10-4.
All right.
Here we go. Ready? Oops. Hang on. There he is.
Oh yeah. Robot stacking money.
Robot stacking money.
So what was the prompt for that? I want a robot that's building a money fort.
I said, make me a zoom background of a robot stacking money like it was bricks on a wall. I think it's pretty good, except the orientation of the money is all off. Some of them are sideways, some of them are face
Yeah.
on. This where's this bundle? Hang on. This bundle here under his elbow, this side,
Yeah.
is half face on, half sideways.
Yeah, I get that. So
Still, if you don't look too close.
clearly AI has never built a wall of money. So
Hmm.
speaking of a wall of money, are you watching that Mr. Beast uh, games on Amazon?
Oh no. What, oh, he's
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to do
The,
like the
the, the
Squid
grand
Games?
prize is $5 million cash. And so they
Nice.
literally have a pile of $5 million sitting in the middle of Beast City. And the people get to sit on it and do stuff with it and interact with the
Hmm.
cash. And that's interesting, right? So
Mr. Beast has got it dialed in. Like his shows are fascinating.
the whole psychological aspect of it as well is
Mhm.
fun.
Did you
Anyway,
see
yeah.
did you see the one where he was like a Simon Says or like it's a I forget what game he was playing where it's like a stop go game where everyone's like go 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 stop and then everyone has to
Right,
stop and if you move you lose or whatever.
right,
And everyone so he had everyone stopped and he said no one move until I say go. And
right.
then one guy in the back was like wait a second and he ran to the front
Yeah,
while everyone else was stopped. He's like
because
what
he
are you doing?
said
He's like
go.
you said go. And then he gave him the money.
Yeah,
That's it's very Earl coded. All
fun.
right. So next thing is the red hot tip for building your money stack, your money wall,
Yeah,
protective money wall. Sell the outcome that you built it for, not the thing itself. Nobody wants a VA, a tool, a system. They want time back, more deals closed, no misleads. The magic move, package the result you personally got instead of we provide virtual assistants. Say, we make sure you never miss a lead again, even at 2 a.m. Now your expenses become a revenue generating machine. So this is more of a sales tip, really.
yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, it's still interesting how this thing does that. Um, when we use the example of don't sell the drill, right? Sell the hole in the wall, right? Because that's what
Hmm.
you want. Yeah. Um, the further down the rabbit hole you go, the more emotional tie goes into the sale, right? So instead of selling the drill, oh yeah, my drill is amazing. It's got 3 speeds. It goes forwards and back. Nobody cares, right? Like,
All right.
well, what do they want? They want the hole in the wall. Well, what's the hole in the wall for? Well, the hole in the wall is to hang a picture of your family, right?
Hmm.
That has a whole lot more emotional response to my drill goes backwards and forwards, right?
Right.
So it's selling the result, right? Like it's okay, cool. You've always wanted to hang this picture of the fam. How will it make you feel? Da 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 da. And that's the feeling that you sell, and then they'll buy your damn drill, right?
Hmm.
So I agree wholeheartedly for that one.
Nice. Or you sell the solution to the pain of it, which I
Absolutely.
experienced as a construction worker. Don't you hate it when your drill dies in the middle of trying to do a job?
Right, right. Here's your backup battery. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Right. And then you sell all the crap that goes with the backup battery later. You go, oh, by the way, it has a solar option where you're standing outside anyways. You might as well have the damn thing suck up some energy from the sun, good old sun. Right.
Hell
So
yeah.
there you go.
Oh, here Here's the Earl one-liner sum up. Remember, it's coming up with the Earl summaries now.
Oh yeah.
If you're paying for it, you're one pivot away from getting paid for it.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Yeah,
That's cheap as hell. So
this thing's got your number, man.
there you go. It's AI. You get an honorary Asian stamp for the day. So there you go. If you're paying for it, you're one pivot away from getting paid for it. I like it. I like
All
it.
right, don't play the prompt yet. I'm yawning. Okay, all right, I'm ready.
We're ready? Okay.
Now it's time
It's time
for
for
the hack of the week.
hack of the
I keep
week.
I keep moving myself, and then it like reframes me. It's like,
Oh yeah, it's got that center
there it
stage
is.
thing. So yeah, all
Where's
good.
it? Anyway, all right. Hack of
All
the
right,
week.
hack of the week. Clearly I didn't read this thing because the hack of the week is pretty much the same stuff we were just talking about the entire time.
All right, well, we'll just
But it's just
cover.
reframed in the way I think it. Number one, pick a bill, right? So pick a bill that you constantly pay for, right? Everyone talks about recurring payments, right? Because you got to pay for the utility bill, you got to pay for the water bill, you got to pay for your hosting services, you got to pay for, and there's recurring payments that you pay for. You pay for your phone every month, right? Like, so there's recurring bills, but not as many people talk about recurring resources, recurring stuff that makes you money that pays for your other bills, right? Because I know
Hmm.
it's a weird backwards thought, right? Like, well, oh yeah, well, because you have to pay for your website hosting because you have to pay for your website hosting. Well, what about an asset that builds something that pays for my website hosting for me so I don't have to pay it? It's like that's a weird way of thinking. So you pick a bill, you build a resource, and you hire a VA or a tool or whatever that can handle. And the reason why I say 3 to 5 slots is it's not too big, right? So three to
Hmm.
five slots of said resource. So hear me out. I will buy something as an example from like AppSumo, where I go, hey, this is awesome. And it's a lifetime deal, right? So yeah, I buy it once, it's mine forever. So I find that and I find something where I can buy 2 or 3 slots of it. And then I offer that same exact service without telling anybody else where I got the service from, you know, to that person. And they're like, hey, that's going to be valuable to me. I
Hmm.
would like that service. And I go, cool. And then I set them up with the service underneath my account, right? But I've got, 3 to 5 positions on the account. I only need one, right?
Hmm.
So I offer it to them. Now, here's the hilarious thing. I only paid for it once, right? It's a lifetime deal, but they pay me monthly for it. But what I'm doing is I'm giving them the deal for the monthly service cheaper than they would have gotten it outside had they not known about the same deal I bought. Right? So they go, that's a
Hmm.
really cool service. Can I have one? Yes. This is how much it costs. And they do the research and like, wow, that's cheaper than the rest of the market. Yeah, I'll take one or two, right? And
Yeah.
then I turn a one-time fee into a monthly earnings that makes you money forever, right? So, and then at that point, sell this as soon as possible, right? Like the first slot, and this is where the plus versus times comes in, should pay for the entire thing. It's got to make economic sense, at least to break even on the first sale. So the first sale pays for yours and theirs,
Right.
right? And it's got to have enough intrinsic value that they go, you know what? That's totally worth it. Okay. So 2 slots means that you're in the black. You're already getting paid. And then raise the price for the final 3 spots and profit. So 1 slot, you break even. 2 slots, you're making money. 3, 4, 5 slots, up the ante, up the price.
You're building you're stacking
Yep,
stacking your
stacking the
bricks.
wall.
Hmm.
So, and then that's it. And now your resource is free and you're making money from it. So, and typically you want to use like tools plus a VA. That way there's both a person and automation behind it.
Hmm.
So that way if the automation craps the bed, you've got someone to go, oh shoot, and reset stuff and change things along the way.
Cool.
That's it. So yeah,
Nothing to add.
it's
Hmm.
it's the same idea that we've been talking about the entire show, but I just gave it kind of a bit of a different thought process.
I like
So
it.
cool, cool.
It's you did it so well. I got nothing to add. Nothing to do but end the show.
Well, that's a wrap. So that's the show, and
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We would definitely appreciate it, especially Daryl De Los Reyes for hitting the like button.
Hey, did
And
anybody call you an idiot at the event? The fuck
no,
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 no, nobody
no,
did.
your Starbucks cards are safe.
All right,
Unbelievable.
excellent. But it was a fun event, though. Hey, like I
It was a
love the
great event.
speakers.
Yeah. I love the. I won't out what your mistake was at the start of the show, but I thought that was such a great way to begin the show with an actual fuck up night about the fuck up night.
Plus, we got in a car accident on the way there, so like
Oh yeah, that too.
it
Everybody
just
okay on that?
oh no, it was minor fender bender, but it was total it just total happenstance. Like I felt like Seinfeld. It was like observational humor, right? This is like okay, well
Yeah.
this
What's
happened
the
and then this
deal?
happened
What's the
and it
deal
was
with getting
funny.
into a car accident?
Yeah. And yeah, so
That's funny.
but
Well,
it made for a fun intro, right? Like the MC later was like, "Fuck, I gotta follow that." I'm like, "Sorry,"
yeah, right.
but
Everything
but
went perfectly. What am I supposed to do?
but this shit really happened, right? Like, so what am I
Yeah.
supposed to say, right? Like,
No,
so
it was good. All
yeah.
right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, ChatGPT, for doing all the hard work. And thank you, Earl, for your great business wisdom.
Thank you, Dan, for being an awesome co-host and building the great robot pile of money. Yeah,
There it is. All right. See you all next week.
you betcha. I'll plan this out. Here we go.
Plays out.
Thanks for listening to Earl and the Idiot. We hope you learned something you can take action on this week. For more information or to contact the show, visit earlandtheidiot.com. And until next time, remember what Shakespeare said. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool.